So we assumed a conservative growth rate and said every dollar above that, where the tax has a cost. And by the way, that's pretty transformational as it is. A Republican saying there are costs to tax policy. And so we said dollar for dollar, we're going to offset that so that we don't just shift the tax cost to another generation, right? Because if you don't pay for things, you're deferring a tax on our children and grandchildren. That's one thing you all, as Democrats, ought to be proud of that we have attempted to do that hasn't been done, I don't know if ever, on our side and within our conference. Not all tax cuts pay for themselves. And if we want to make a policy permanent, whether it's spending or tax, pay for it over the 10 years. You pay for it over the 10 years. And listen, the tax policies like bonus depreciation, and I could go through the list of those that I think have the greatest impact on the economy. The greatest bang for our buck is to make them permanent and give that kind of business certainty.
Listen, if we don't adopt this amendment, then those of you who say you don't want the Senate to do budgetary tricks, it's going to come back to you with a budgetary trick because they're already talking about how to do this to extend the tax cuts permanently and get around the reconciliation rule. Yes, this is inside baseball, but these are the things that happen that really hurt the American people. And listen, if current policy baseline becomes a new precedent, then the ranking member and I are going to be very happy to use it when we pass Medicare for all, universal health care for everybody. There's a lot of ways in which this is problematic, and yes, we should have a discussion, but in this moment, your Senate colleagues want to use this budgetary trick, a scam, to tell the American people that this isn't going to cost anything when you know damn well that it is. So I really hope that you vote for this amendment because I think you're right, Mr. Chairman. It deserves debate, and I'm going to yield to the ranking member if I have any time.
This would be a great bipartisan moment to do the right thing if we unanimously vote for this MTI. And frankly, it would only strengthen the hand of those who want to ensure the current policy baseline doesn't become the new normal. Because mark my words, if this becomes the new precedent, conservative Republicans will live to regret it. I yield back.
Well said. Much of what you said I would associate myself with. We do have a commitment from our leadership. I want to say that for the record, that anything coming back to our floor will comply with the principles.
Let's reinforce your hand, Mr. Chairman. Let's make it a bipartisan amendment. Pass it with unanimous support. That would be quite a message to your leadership.
I will say you are awfully convincing today, Ms. Jayapal.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Love to see that yes vote.
Mr. Chair, on the vote, there were 16 ayes and 21 noes.
Well, the noes have it. The committee stands in recess, subject to the call of the chair. I want to thank everybody for their time and patience, and Godspeed and safe travels.